This is Jay and Jay Talks podcast, where people from all over the world come on to share their stories in our series, Through Their Eyes. We've heard it all, the come up, the grind, the setbacks, and the everyday hustle. Real people, real perspectives, real life. Stories that have changed the way people see the world and the challenges we all face every single day. Because when you hear someone else's story, it hits different. And today, we bring you someone who's been a voice through it all. A voice you recognize, a voice you trust, the voice that everyone knows. The one, the only, Mike Farwell. On Jay and Jay Talks podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Jay and Jay Talks podcast. Today, we are doing our series Through Their Eyes, where we welcome people from all over the world to come and let the world know what it's like, the upcome, the grind, the everyday pleasure of just what they do in their daily life. So today, we, as always, have co-host Jose Avila with us.
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome our new guest that I think everyone knows who this guest is, because, you know, this guest has been around for quite some time in the radio and around the world, I would say too. Like, you've inspired lots of people. So today's guest we have the one and only.
Thanks for having me, guys. When you say I've been around for so long, it makes me feel old.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm getting there. I really am. So
you know what I think about that? Being around for so long, it means you've built something amazing. So, you know, we all see that, and
it's much appreciated.
I wouldn't say old, I'd say more experienced.
Thank you.
Good
I'll
way.
take it. Experience is good.
Good way to say it. Yeah.
My knee's telling me something different. Although my knees are very experienced these days.
I'm only 28, and I just earlier I was saying my knee. So
there you go.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I think it's in the food we eat. You know, stop eating McDonald's.
That's right. That's right.
It's in the chicken, I swear.
Yeah. I'm on a healthy grind right now, eating healthy, trying to be healthy for my family and all that. So that's the main things.
Good attitude.
But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Today's about Mike, the one and only Radio 570. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. When I was a little kid, if you had told me that I'd be sitting here talking to you after working in radio for 30 years, I would not have
talking to me,
believed.
I'm talking to you.
Right? Are you talking what?
I'm the nervous one here.
What pushed you to pursue getting onto the radio?
Really, it was the only thing I ever actually wanted to do. And when I was younger, I grew up at a time when radio was the thing, or at least a big thing. Radio was always on in the house. We're always listening to the radio. I was fascinated by it. I called into the radio stations for, requesting songs. I played contests, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was actually a job. Like, it just didn't seem like a real job to me.
You would have never thought that.
No, exactly. My father was a teacher.
The fact, like, back in the day, we didn't have TV. They used to use radios.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it's crazy. Like you're saying, you never thought you would pursue this when you were a little one.
No.
Whatsoever.
Because it didn't seem like it was a real thing, right? And make no mistake, TV was huge for me when I was a kid too. My Saturday morning cartoons, and I had all my TV shows mapped out. But radio was always super interesting to me. Yeah. But I didn't know that it was something I could do, because my dad was a teacher. He would wear a suit and tie and go to work every day carrying a briefcase. I thought that's what work looked like.
You know what I thought you were going to say? When he asked you that question, I thought you were going to say, because I knew I had the voice for it.
Not a chance. No, oh my gosh.
Because you sound like you have a very good voice.
Well, when you I think it's like anything else. When you spend a lot of time practicing it, essentially, you get better at it.
That is true. That is
true.
So,
yeah, you develop a whole bunch of different skills along the way, and here we are.
Yeah, I find a lot of people always do like the 1 year, I'm gonna succeed in this, blah, blah, blah. I think a 5-year plan is always the go-to, because you can achieve so much in 5 years compared to one, obviously, but plus it gives you room to work with.
Absolutely. That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Room to work with, to adapt.
For sure.
Yeah. Why pressure yourself in something you can learn over time?
That's right. That's right. And give yourself the grace of time. right? We're always, especially today, I'm sure you guys see it
That's
too.
all we have.
We're in such a hurry. Everybody wants this right now. They got to do that right away.
Everyone
enjoy
needs to
it.
slow down.
Yes.
Take a step.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Step at a time. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. From the one and only Mike. I love it. I love it. So, a lot of the things that I wanted to talk about today is just, I wanted to really start from, day one of how you got into this, which you answered that. And could you possibly tell us of your very first time that you heard your own voice on the radio?
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if I remember, like I have a memory of that necessarily.
Yeah.
But I can tell you to this day, when my voice is on the radio, I have to turn it off because I'm sick of listening to myself, after all these years. But it was, I do know for sure, it was a very strange experience. And because we all hear our own voices differently. Like I sound different to myself now than I sound to the two of you.
Yeah.
And vice versa, right? We all hear our own voices differently.
Yeah.
So when I started hearing it get played back to me, and that's something that's really important to the work that we do. If you want to get better at it, you have to listen to yourself and where you went wrong and work on this, work on that, whatever it happens to be. It's to this day, it is a very strange experience. There's an ad or whatever you want to call it that they run at Kitchener Rangers games that I voiced for them. And I can be walking through the arena and hear it over the speakers, and I have to stop myself and think, oh yeah, that's me. I remember recording that. So it's a very very strange feeling.
That's
still.
funny.
I just want to put
That's
out
good.
there. It's just wild. Like I listen to your radio station all the time. You know what I mean? To actually see a face to a radio station, you like it's blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I totally get that. Like I 100% get that.
Fanboy.
But when I was saying earlier, like I grew up on radio. Like I loved radio. I'd play the contest. When I got to go into a station and meet the announcer that I won the prize from, like I couldn't get over it. I was always feeling that same thing, right? And that's
that amazing.
That's the
feeling.
beauty about radio, especially back in the day. All you had was the voice. There were no websites where pictures were posted. There was no online, nothing. Now today, you're like cross-platform.
Yeah.
I do radio. It's simulcast on TV. I've got a podcast. Like I'm all over the place.
You definitely are.
Yeah. So it was so much different back then. So I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah, because like I was 15 when I started listening to the radio station. So going from then to like now I'm 33.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, you've been listening almost the entire time I've been there because this summer is 19 years at this station.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you that. I knew you're getting to near 20 years.
Yeah.
That's insane. What are you gonna do when you hit 20 years of being the radio guy?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to throw a party. And it's going to be called a survivors party.
Oh yeah.
Because
I survived the radio station.
I made it this far. No, it's funny because when I came to 570 in 2007, it was my first like big company radio station. I had worked for independent stations before that.
Yeah.
The very first place I worked full time, I literally walked by the owner's office on my way to the studio. Like there, hi Harvey, that's the owner of the radio station, right?
That's
yeah,
wild.
it was so weird. But I didn't know anything different either, right? It was my first place. So I worked for a bunch of independents like that, and then the chance came along and I ended up at 570, and I thought, well, I'm not going to stay here long because I don't like the big corporate environment and I don't like this and that. And
19 years.
Exactly. Exactly. What am I doing? I'm still
It's
here.
like the SpongeBob episode.
4 years later.
Yeah. Too funny. Well,
It'll be
okay.
more like 20 years later if you think about
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, how long has SpongeBob been out for?
Oh, SpongeBob's been out since like 1992,
So roughly the same time.
Yeah.
96. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you. I don't watch much SpongeBob, to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was more into the Power Rangers, Pokemon.
All those good ones.
Yeah.
All those good ones. Well, one thing I wanted to mention, because you actually said it earlier, is the Rangers.
Yeah.
The one, the only Kitchener Rangers.
Woo woo!
We
Go
all-
Rangers!
We
I like
all
it.
love the Rangers.
We do love the Rangers, absolutely.
That moment must have been crazy because you do a lot of work for, like, you're the voice behind the Rangers.
I am.
You are. So, tell us about that.
Well, It was, yeah, it's still a pinch me moment. It honestly is. So I grew up in Kitchener. I'm a kid going to the auditorium to watch games with my dad. I got a little older, I started going by myself, but my whole life, right? In this town, the Rangers are the number one thing.
Yep.
I'm listening to them on the radio, the legend Don Cameron, who called their games for 50 plus years. Like, it was crazy. And then one day, I'll never forget the day that as I worked my way up through radio broadcasting, that I ended up doing a Kitchener Rangers broadcast with Don. And so I'm standing there in a booth, and I remember the whole day, I was just,
Check.
well, it was even, I was just like, don't screw up. Like, I was working so hard to have every detail covered.
Yep.
And so we get through everything, and we do our pregame show, and finally the broadcast is about to start, and the national anthem is on. And I literally got weak in my knees.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my gosh, I'm about to do a Kitchener Rangers broadcast with Don Cameron. So it was crazy.
Cameron.
Yeah,
Wow.
Don freaking Cameron, exactly.
Wow.
So
So-
you must have been like stoked. Like, your heart was probably coming out of your chest.
I can't even describe it, honestly. Yeah.
Just imagine.
And
That's
we became good friends over the years together, and
Wow.
I just, honestly, when I say it's still a pinch me moment, I go into that hockey arena now, and I know every nook and cranny of it. I get to walk wherever I want to walk. I get to do whatever I want to do, and it's just
Maybe you'll
it's
have to get the
amazing.
J&J Talks in there.
There we go. J&J talks into the broadcast booth. Yeah.
Or some of the Rangers play.
or yeah, if we would get a Ranger onto the podcast.
There
that
you
would
go.
just-
Actually, we potentially might future wise.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but I'll let you know after.
Okay. Good.
A little behind the scenes. So with that, being, like I said, the radio guy, being the voice behind the Rangers, when it all became from nothing to something, how did you deal with that nervousness, that pressure, that build up?
I didn't have to. So the nervousness of actually going on the air for the first time was very real.
Mhm.
But in terms of the pressure of building it into something, I never thought about it. Like, I never for 1 second thought when I started that I was going to get to this place or that place.
Yeah.
I just wanted to work in the radio business. That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
So it naturally came.
It naturally came. I didn't have a plan. I wish I could tell you a great story about how I manifested it.
This is great.
And and I plotted it all out, and I had this goal. The one goal I did have was to come back and work in my hometown.
Okay.
My first part-time job was in Brantford. My first full-time job was out in British Columbia, and I traveled around a little bit, Thunder Bay, Toronto, and then got back home to Kitchener. And that was it. Hometown. But that was the only real goal that I had, because it's where I grew up. I just wanted to be back home around my family and my friends, right?
Yeah.
But the way this has all worked out, like, I was just saying this to my wife the other day. I'm walking the dog, and the lady on the other side of the street, like, she's walking her dog. I wave, she waves. She says, "Are you Mike Farwell?" I'm like, "Yeah." And like, I still can't get over the fact that happens.
Yeah.
You go to Tim Hortons and people say, "Oh, I love your show. Thank you. Thank you for loving the show."
It recently started happening to me too.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I never planned it.
What was your very first job that you had?
My very first job that I had was doing, and this is crazy too, it was the overnight show in Brantford. So I would start at midnight, go till 6 in the morning on weekends.
Really?
Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
Yep. And see, overnight shifts, they don't exist anymore. When we leave the radio station at 7 o'clock at night
It's
now,
done.
everything on a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't need
motorized.
people in there, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was,
Pre-programmed.
exactly, I was at a time where you needed to have a person in there, and that was it.
Yeah.
Midnight till 6 at 1380 CKPC in Brantford. That's where I started. Yeah.
That's incredible.
So that's
By the way, the
basically-
station doesn't exist anymore. It's gone dark, as we call it. They shut it down.
Really?
So yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I'm so hashtagging
So
that.
that's basically where you grew your voice then.
That's where I started to. I would say I really grew my voice out in British Columbia,
Okay.
where I got my first full-time job, and I worked for a guy out there that was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, to this day, one of the best bosses I've ever had.
Okay.
Taught me a ton. Was really patient
Shout
with
out.
me. Shout out Paul Scott. You
Paul
are
Scott?
a legend, my
Yeah,
friend.
legend.
You're one of the absolute best. Took such good care of me. Was patient. Taught me a lot. Gave me opportunities. I think that's where I really grew my voice. But I'll tell you, when I left there and went to Thunder Bay and then went to Toronto, all these other places I would go, I always felt like I was starting from square one, and I have to earn that respect again. I have to build that voice again, right?
That's also a really good thing to do too.
I think so.
Yeah, naturally gaining people's respect and trust and all that good stuff.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you've been doing it quite some time here, and you know, I have quite a lot of friends, family, and when I told them that this episode was happening, everyone was like, "Nah, you're lying. You're not having him on." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, watch me. Well, it's gonna be an episode to remember."
Look at my boy Junior over here. Eh?
I told you so. No. Yeah, so I was actually saying to you earlier that before the cameras were even running, that we've been doing this for a year and a half, going on to a year and a half.
About that.
And it's been my dream, my passion to just help people in so many like different ways, and I never was actually able to find that way out until I got into the whole podcast industry, basically. So long story short, what I'm trying to ask you is, when you got into the whole radio talk, when did you realize that it was actually helping and changing people's lives?
That's a very good question. It wasn't right away. I'll say that for sure. It took me a lot of years, because I think early on you're kind of focused on figuring out your own stuff. Like, what am I doing here? Do I belong here? Get over the whole idea that you're an imposter in this. But probably somewhere around the 5 to 10 year mark. And
that
again,
long?
Exactly. But what we talked about it earlier, right? Give yourself time. Everything doesn't happen overnight. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Things like that, right? So
unless you meet me outside.
True.
Meet me outside. How about that, girl? Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's good. That's good. So yeah, having grown up with radio and listening to the things that a radio station would do for charities, for fundraising and things like that, I think that seed was planted, but I didn't really know how it all kind of came together or how to make it work, how to use the platform for good until many years into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. And you know, a lot of people struggle with using their career for good in a whole bunch of different ways, but you've shown people that you can use your voice in ways of sharing positivity, sharing kindness, sharing change. Because, you know, like I said, I did my research, and you've done a lot of great things with community, with the world, and, you know, specifically, I hope you don't mind me saying it, but cystic fibrosis. You've raised roughly $1.3 million towards that. And I think that's a very beautiful and amazing thing, and I respect that.
Appreciate you, man. And it's something that I am very grateful to the platform for allowing me to do. Yeah. Because had I not ended up doing the work that I do for the radio station that I do it with, there's not a chance I ever could have had that loud a voice, that big a voice, whatever you want to say. But if I take it back to the very beginning of it all, I'd honestly be a little bit embarrassed if I had a job like this and I didn't do something good with it, right? Like, what am I going to do? Go sit there and talk all day and then go home and, you know, dream about how I'm going to talk again the next day? Like, there's so much, it offers so much opportunity. I'd be honestly embarrassed to have not done something that promoted kindness, that tried to do something good, that tried to raise money for a cause that's near and dear to my heart, like cystic fibrosis. So I had some help along the way too. I had people that inspired me. I had mentors in this community who I worked with or associated with. You know, I read some really inspirational books, and it just, the light bulb went off for me. And really, the bottom line is, community service is the rent we pay for the space we occupy. I've occupied a lot of space in this community for a lot of years. The very least I can do is give something back.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what I try to do.
What a good guy.
Yeah. Well, I learned that from somebody right here. So he was the good guy, and at least I was receptive to what he was saying.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You know, that's one thing I've learned, because when I grew up, I kind of had a rough upbringing, and I actually had a mentor that I looked up to dear. Like, he was the best friend I ever had. Why? Because he would help me get out of situations that I shouldn't have been in. Saved me in so many situations, and was just like a big brother, basically. You know, when I grew up, Big Brother program, that was a thing. They would take you out to Rangers games. They would do all these cool things with you to keep you out of trouble, keep you out of the system, things like that. You know, not that I ever was in the system or anything, but so I believe having someone to look up to is a very important thing in life. Because you don't always have to be that top-notch guy, in a sense, right? There's always someone out there that you can learn off of.
I've spent a lot of time thinking about people like that. And you're right. It doesn't have to be the mayor of the city or whatever. It can be, and I think often about the number of mentors that I've had or leaders that I've learned from when they didn't even know they were being leaders, when they didn't even know they were being mentors. Often they're teachers that I had over the years, but I can think back to elementary school and the people that just, they made you feel safe, or they showed you what you can accomplish. They believed in you, right? So many. So I'll just go back to what I said a few minutes ago, that I would be embarrassed if I didn't take all of this goodness that was shared with me and try to share it forward, spread it, exactly. Yeah.
I like it. Couldn't have said that any better.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, they pay me to use words, so if I can't figure out how to say something by this point, Junior,
so this is scripted, guys.
There's a teleprompter right over there. We're just reading.
If you realize he's looking at his hands, he's got it written down.
So
that's too funny. Well, okay. So one thing we love to do is spread positivity, spread kindness, and trying to make a really good cause and tons of stuff. So one thing we ran into, I would roughly say 8 months ago, was podcast to punchcast.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
So if you ask what that is, it's I've done boxing, professional boxing all my life. And so what I did one day is I thought, you know, why not put my skills to use? So I use what I have today, talking to our fans, and we came up with the whole thing where we raise money for Sick Kids Foundation, or for whatever cause is necessary in that time, and we have competitors go and box for a good cause. So what we do is we have a food venue, like food venue trucks come out, we have live music, we have tickets, bouncy castles, it's for everyone.
It's so cool.
Yeah, so we have like event permit, liability insurance, paramedic on site just in case, you know, it's all legitimate, you know, so everyone's professionals that's in the ring. And that's one thing we've done, and you know, last year it went incredible. It was great. We're actually going to be giving the money in our next video. We're going into the hospital and doing all of the donations, and then our next year, which is coming up soon, is going to be the biggest event that we've done so far. I already know it. So basically what I'm getting at is, if Mike wants to, and he wants to come out to this event and check it out, you're more than welcome to.
I would love to.
Yeah.
100%.
It runs on the weekends, so I think that might be a little better for you.
Yeah, I get a little busy Monday to Friday.
Just a little bit. 19 years of it.
My whole life is like 30-second chunks, 30-second commercial, 30-second commercial.
Yeah, like this video actually had to be recorded 30 times. 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
30 seconds at a time.
100 different days. So yeah, you know, but if you would love to come out and support it with us, we would more than love to have you out to that.
I just want to make sure, like, I'm not putting on boxing gloves and getting in a ring,
No.
right? Okay.
Unless
good.
you want to.
No, I don't. That's why I'm not sure.
I'm gonna say, unless you want to, we got waivers you can sign.
No, I don't.
Been there, done that. Not
But
interested
just
anymore.
come enjoy the show.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Food's on us, you know.
Donate if you like.
You're talking my language now.
No pressure for anyone that wants to come and just enjoy the event, but donations are accepted, obviously.
Sure.
It's for donations.
Yeah.
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 But another thing too, so if there was someone else that wanted to potentially pursue raising money or just doing something in a good cause, in a sense, someone out there wants to do that but they don't have the courage, is there any advice that you could give them?
I get asked that question a lot, and it's an important question, and I hope that the answer doesn't come across as too cliche, but it's something else I learned along the way. I mentioned earlier, community service is the rent we pay for the space we occupy. That somebody here in this community, well, Neil Aitchison is his name, a lovely fellow that I've gotten to know over the years, and that's something that he says a lot, and I learned. And I talked earlier about books that I read that inspired me, and I read Roberto Clemente's biography, and I only read it because I thought, this is a baseball player I don't know a lot about. Other than that, he was one of the best Latin American players to ever play the game and an multiple-time All-Star. When I read the book, I found out that he was an incredible humanitarian. And he said, a person who has the ability to help others and fails to do so has wasted their life. And that really struck me. And again, I go back to me having the opportunity that I have with my platform. I'd be embarrassed if I didn't use it. But I believe truly, and now I'm finally getting around, I run off tangents around answers, but to your direct question, like if somebody doesn't have the courage or they're not sure, the cliche, it might sound cliche, but what I would tell them is I think all of us has something we can do.
100%.
Right? It might just be a lemonade stand. It doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter. The money that I've raised for cystic fibrosis, yes, granted, the platform helps huge.
Big time, yeah.
But I did it by hiring myself out to mow grass and wash windows and clean people's cars. That's how I did. And anybody can do that for the most part, right? So I believe every one of us has something that we can do for a cause that is meaningful to us.
Absolutely.
So find that thing. Find your thing. There are no rules. There are no boundaries on it. Just do your thing.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's actually really good that you said that, because that's one thing we really emphasize on Through Their Eyes is everyone has a unique story that everyone is going to love. If not, at least one person will love it. There's always one person out there that's going to be inspired by your story. There has to be. Out of the whole entire world, there's going to be one person that you're going to change.
There you go.
At least.
There you go.
And if I can change that one person's life, I'm going to sleep good tonight. Yeah. Is there any questions that you would like to ask Mike today?
Who was your biggest inspiration to your life?
Good question.
Oh boy, to my life it would, you know what? It was my sisters. My sisters, Luann and Sherry, who had cystic fibrosis and passed away from it. And one of those things, again, that you probably didn't know at the time. I know I didn't know at the time. But they knew from a very young age that their time on this earth was limited. Right? Short, because cystic fibrosis takes your life away early. Mm-hmm. And neither of them reached the age of 25. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
The way they lived their, thank you, I appreciate that. The way they lived their lives, though, was inspirational to me, because I'm like, look at you go. Like, you know that your time is limited, and you're just giving her. They didn't just mope. They didn't just complain. They just.
That's inspiring.
It was hugely inspiring. To me.
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
That's great.
So it's another reason that I look at myself today, and I'm like, I've already had twice as much time on this earth as they ever had. So again, I'd be embarrassed if I didn't do something with it.
So you basically live for them.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You pulled that right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And my next question is, I just drew a blank. God, love those moments. Oh Lord.
Well, I could take it over.
Take it over now. Yeah. I'll get back to you.
I'll get back to you on that. So one of the things that I wanted to say, because he said it earlier in the beginning of the episode, is I've been watching you for quite some time, more listening, but I've been watching you a lot lately because, like you said, it's not just audio, it's now visuals. So watching you behind the camera, from when you went from being just voice to the guy that's in front of a camera, what was that like? Because you told us what it was like hearing your voice. What was it like seeing yourself?
I hate it. Look at me, guys.
Hey,
Look at me.
hey,
Come on.
hey,
Like, who wants to see the tubby bald guy on TV every day? Come on. It's a lot. I've been, when I went to school for this, it was a 3-year program.
Okay.
In the first 2 years, so it was radio and television.
Okay.
And so in the first 2 years, you did both. And then in the third year, you chose your specialization, radio or TV. And I knew from day one, radio all the way. I was one of like 6 people
And
in
they
a
just
class
put
of
you
30.
on TV.
Yeah, well, no, but eventually, yes.
Yeah.
So back in the day, though, when I was starting out, it was, I was one of like 6 people out of the class of 30 to go into radio.
Yeah.
Everybody else did TV. I was never comfortable on TV and whatever. Anyway, as time went on, broadcasters broadcast, right? And really, it's the same thing. Like, I can't help. This is what I got. This is what I was born with. So the most intimidating part, it's actually a little bit easier now, because I told you this off camera too. Like, I love your setup in here.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
Appreciate it.
I'm old enough that when I first started going on TV, the cameras in a studio like this were like almost taking up that entire wall we're looking at right now. Like, they're huge.
Yeah.
It's like a big contraption, and it was very intimidating to to be sitting having that pointed at you and stuff like that. So I don't know where I'm really going with this, other than to say radio has always been my first love. I'm growing more comfortable with being in or on various visual medium. Like my radio show gets simulcast on TV every day.
Yes.
I don't even think about the cameras being there anymore. So I'm not self-conscious in the least. Again, you get what you get. This is who I am.
That's who I am,
and
baby.
I'm just going to deliver the best I got.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
But it was tough because it is so unforgiving. Like, the camera is so unforgiving.
Do you have kids?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
How old are your kids, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it's fine. Let me get this straight. She turns 20 this year.
20?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
1?
Yeah.
When your daughter got a little older, or the age of speaking, what was your daughter's reaction to you being the radio guy?
Oh
my God, Dad!
Yeah, it's tough because, again, I never think of it if I didn't talk to anybody every day, I would still do the job. Because I enjoy the interviews, the conversations I get to have. I never think about people listening. So to this day, it's still weird for me that, wow, you listen to the show. Exactly.
We're all listening.
So for her, and I haven't always been on a talk show, right? There were times I was doing music radio and targeted to younger audiences. So when she would get stuff at school, we're like, oh, your dad did this, your dad did that. Why is he doing this goofy stunt? I'm like, So she was great about it. She handled it really, really well.
That's good.
I couldn't imagine really what it's like in their shoes, right? Like I said, my dad went to a school and taught kids in class. Nobody were, other than the students, but it wasn't a public role. So
now I got a deeper question for you about that.
Okay.
What you do you ever see your daughter taking it over?
No.
No.
I don't think I might have for a minute, and maybe she'll come back around. I mean, she's still young. She's 20, right?
Yeah.
She was into the arts, theater, dancing, singing, which I love because I was a high school drama nerd myself.
Yeah, same.
But then she got into sciences and
drama class 101.
There you go. I love it, right? Shout out Mr. Hoke at St. Jerome's. He was awesome.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe she'd at least be in something similar. But then she got into sciences and now thinking about nursing. So if she comes back around, but I don't think she'll follow in the footsteps. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure the opportunity will exist. I said earlier, and I don't mean to be like too negative about it, but when I started back in the mid 1990s, there was such a thing as an overnight shift where I could get my start and learn some things and make some stupid mistakes at a time of day where not a lot of people are listening.
Would realize.
But those shifts have disappeared, so there are fewer and fewer jobs. Right now, you look at us broadcasting from your home studio.
Yeah.
Right. I used to have to I can do shows now. It blows my mind.
Anywhere.
Exactly. I have a nice microphone
Yeah.
and a laptop.
Yeah.
If I have a Wi-Fi connection, I'm set.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me. I used to have to go to a physical location to do any of this stuff.
Go through a whole bunch of tasks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know how much longer that traditional radio or television station is going to be around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So actually, it came back to me. So since, like you mentioned from the beginning, you've been doing this for almost 20 years. 19 years been on the radio.
19 at 570. I'm 31 years this year in the industry.
That's
95
crazy.
is when I started.
How has it impacted your life?
I would say mostly in very positive ways. It came with early on because I remember being taught when I was in school learning about the business that you're not gonna make a lot of money and you're gonna have to move around a lot. So, Brantford's not far away from where we are here today, but I went out to British Columbia. I moved up to Thunder Bay. I did these different things because I wanted to get to a station, get some experience, try something else at another station, etc.
Advance yourself.
So, those things were challenging, but the impact on my life has been overwhelmingly positive. I'm not rich. I never expected to be. I can make a living doing it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then the fact that, I get so much free stuff, man. I really do. It's a little bit embarrassing too. So many times I'm like, no, I didn't come here to get this for free. I wanna pay for this.
But
concert.
you're Mike. Come on.
You want to be you. Like, you don't want to be treated differently.
Exactly.
But it comes with the territory.
At
Sometimes
the end of the day,
does,
we're all humans.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But people go out of their way. Just last night, it's the weirdest thing. And I did this on purpose. So I'm at the hockey game. We start the Kitchener Rangers playoffs. And this guy who's been listening to me on the radio for I don't know how long, he came a week ago to the rink and wanted to meet me.
Okay.
And he kept thanking me. Thanks for what you do. I said, what do I do? He says, your show every day. I'm like, it's my job. People are out there operating excavators every day. Do you go thank them?
People love you, man.
I love them for loving me. I really do. Like, God bless you.
Like, we love you.
I love you, Dad.
I love you, Daddy. You're the best. So he's like, I heard you talk about...
You brought the milk home.
He heard me talk about whatever on the air the one day. He said, I'm going to bring you some of that next week. So he shows up last night, and he's got a bag full of, treats. He had a sister visiting from Winnipeg. He wanted me to have some Manitoba-specific candies and food and whatever. And he brings it to the game last night. I got home, and I left it on the counter so when my wife got up this morning, she'd see it. And so she said, what is this? I'm like, welcome to my life. I just went to work last night, and this guy brought me a bag of, it's overflowing full of stuff. Yeah, so I don't have to buy grocery for the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome.
And
Pretty wild.
It's people. Well, maybe just that you made such an impact on people where them giving to you makes them feel better about it because you're doing such a good thing for them. So
Maybe
it's a little bit of a way
gave-
of giving back.
Yeah, so maybe you gave something to them that you just didn't realize, so they just feel not the need, but the want to give back.
I think you're absolutely right, guys.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right about that, which still blows my mind.
Yeah.
I'm a cranky old man on the radio. If
Get
that's
off my
exactly, you little kids.
Stop calling the radio station! I'm not playing that song for the 5th time!
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Well, this is I think a good way or a good time to get into this part of your career. You could be anyone in the world, right? From, let's say, the average person to the president, or let's say you said the mayor, a movie star, Justin Bieber.
Sure.
You're sitting here right now, Justin Bieber. I'm sure eventually that fame can sometimes get a little too much. Sometimes, like you were saying, sometimes you just want to live a normal life. Has that ever happened to you where this has been a little bit too much?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember distinctly the day that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a bunch of us after work one night, went out, had a great time. We did a full-on multi-pub crawl in Uptown Waterloo. It was a great night. We had a good time. Absolutely. I poured myself into a cab and went home. And the next morning when I woke up, I had like text messages from so many different people that I had seen the night before.
Oh.
But I had no recollection because we were having a time.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, okay, so now that was a good reminder to me. I'm like, wow. So when I'm out there doing my thing, people are noticing. And from that moment on, that was the last time I ever went out and really had a time in public, at least around here.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want people to think, oh, there's Farwell stumbling out of a bar again, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
So once that happened, then I realized, okay, and I've got no problem with it. Like I want to present an image that my parents will be proud of. I really do.
Yeah.
For sure. So I don't mind that. But because it feels like you're on camera all the time, there are absolutely times where I'm like, listen, I need to chill.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out of town for the weekend. We're gonna do whatever. Or I'm just gonna stay in my favorite little spot. I got a great little spot in the basement with my big screen TV. Exactly. And I'll just put my feet up and just shut her down. Because it gets,
Gets a little too much sometimes.
Another day, I was at home doing yard work on the weekend, wearing all my grubby, dirty clothes, and I went down to Tim's for a coffee, and as I'm walking in, some guy holds the door, says, "Hey Mike." I'm like, this is great. This is the image I wanted to present today, right? So I just want to be, and maybe I shouldn't worry so much. Maybe I'm just being way too self-centered.
Well, no, I actually do the same thing because I also have a job. Like, this isn't my full-time job.
Yeah.
And so when I go and I'm working, I do a lot of landscaping or construction. So I'll be like all dirty. I'll go to a gas station. People will be like, "It's Junior." I'm like, dirt all over me.
Exactly.
I stink.
Yes.
Like, go away. Leave me alone. I need that space.
That's right.
So I've also had that too, where it's like sometimes it can get a little much, but at the same time, I'm also building this, so
there you go.
It's I have to accept the fame.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. And
people love me.
Who wouldn't though? Exactly. Who wouldn't? Yeah.
Exactly.
What was the craziest thing you ever received from someone? Like, have you ever received anything like just random or wild?
Oh man.
Like a trip to Hawaii.
Oh, I wish. I've never had a bucket
Oh,
list.
you wish? Well, here you go.
I got that pen.
This is what the J&J podcast
I've been meaning to tell you.
So, two things immediately spring to mind. One a little bit funnier than the other. So when I was at my very first job out in British Columbia, I'm young, I'm getting used to all of this stuff, and we used to do requests on the show.
Yeah.
So this lady calls up and asks for a song. I'm like, "What song do you want to hear?"
Oh God.
And she said, "Whatever goes with what was it? A black corset and fishnet stockings or something." Like, it was something very suggestive.
Well,
I'm like,
that's suggestive.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And then she left food at the radio station door. She's like, "I just made some of this, and I'm gonna leave some for you outside."
Wait, as she's on the radio talking?
We weren't live on the air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're very careful about who we put on the air live.
Yeah.
So anyway, and sure enough, a plate of food showed up at the door. So the next day I'm talking to the full-timers. I'm like, "Hey, this woman, Leanna, if you're still in Salmon Arm, BC, I remember you." And they're like, "Oh, she got to you now, eh?" And like, I never met her, and I never saw fishnet stockings.
Were they good cookies?
It was a plate of pasta. I know, it was like a lasagna or something. But listen, I'm out there, I'm a young man, I'm on my own. I'm like, I'll take
free food.
Cooking. Yeah, right. So it's a little weird, right? And then the other thing that it was the really strange thing was some guy, I don't know what he got into his head. He was obviously not well, but he faxed me his manifesto. And let me tell you, like, it was deep stuff. Like, he had me in his long twisted world, he had me connected to all kinds of like underground mafia type people in this community. I was running some illegal gambling ring, and in fact, it was like 80 pages came into the radio station.
Well, I've had a lot of people say like rest in peace, but like a lot of people would always say like how Michael Jackson's not really passed away, and he went to like Mars or something. Like there's another place where all those famous people are living, like Tupac and all that. Rest in peace, you know. So it's like kind of like that, like you're part of like some secret.
Apparently,
maybe he is.
Maybe I am. Yeah. So two of definitely the weirdest things I've ever got.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
that is so weird. Another thing I wanted to ask you, because you were saying something about like the best or weirdest. I want to ask you about who's the biggest celebrity you've ever had on the radio.
Oh boy, the biggest celebrity.
Biggest name.
I mean,
who do you thought was you never expected to come on the radio station but has?
I mean, I'm going through so many names now. Who do you pick as the biggest? Like I've interviewed multiple prime ministers.
Okay.
But like one of my favorite. So when I was working sports radio, Wayne Gretzky was huge for me.
Really?
And and
see that hockey stick over there?
There you go.
That hockey stick has Wayne Gretzky and a whole bunch of teammate signatures on it that a team he sponsored.
Show you it.
No way.
If you would like to take a look.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love
the whole team and everyone, all the coaches, everyone's
straight
all
up
over
the neck.
His is somewhere on there. I'm not 100% sure where it is, but apparently the stick is worth a lot of money.
That's amazing.
You're not sure if it's authentic or not?
Well, so I viewed it on one of our videos. I have a picture of the team holding this exact stick, everything the exact same.
Steve Shutt.
Everything, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, but yeah. So you were saying the name.
Yeah, like Gretzky was a huge deal for me. Doug Gilmour as a Leafs fan was a huge deal for me.
That's cool.
When I was doing music radio, like tons and tons of musicians, right?
Oh, yeah.
Rihanna when she was just starting
out.
No way. Oh yeah.
No
when
way.
she was just starting out.
That's crazy.
Shout out.
She got big.
She got huge. She got huge, and understandably so. Right?
Yeah, she deserves it.
She's
huge
amazing.
talent.
Huge talent. Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually love singing, so I'm a big time singer. Like I always sing all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, not just in the shower either. No, I'm all over online there singing. So that's one of the reasons why I want to ask you, like celebrity wise, like anyone I would have known. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's
you meet a lot of people in this business. That's for sure.
And that's one of the things that I like look up to big time is working in industries where you get to meet and talk to people and just hear about their life. Like, okay, you met majority of these celebrities. Was there anything different of them because they're celebrities, or are they just the average people?
No, with some, there definitely was. A lot of the high-ranking politicians, it was weird. I remember the first time, and it wasn't even a prime minister. I think it was the premier of Ontario at the time. But like the RCMP or the security detail comes through the station first to make sure everything's like safe. I'm like the first time that happened, I'm like, what is going on around here, right? So that stuff was weird, but for the most part, no.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the mayor of Kitchener on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's my goal. I'm going to do it.
Okay,
Watch me.
keep going.
I got you on.
You did.
I did.
Tell Barry I say what up and tell him to get on there.
Hey, maybe if you ask, maybe he'll come on.
PV, come on the J&J Talks podcast. Let's go.
We would love it. Yeah, we would love that. That'd be amazing. So, I know you're a busy guy. I don't want to keep you all day, but is there anything specific you wanted to come on today and just let the fans, the people watching, know? Basically, like I don't want you. I always say to every guest that has ever come on, I don't want you to go home and be like, "Damn it, that one thing I forgot to say." You know what I mean? Everyone always forgets to say one thing. Is there anything that you would want to say to the people?
First of all, I'm going to still go home and say, damn it, I forgot to say something. Every day I finish the show, I get back home, I'm like, damn it, I should have said this at this time, and I didn't. But that aside, I'm so impressed with people that do their thing, like you guys do.
Thank you.
You shoot your shot. You do your thing. You're doing something that obviously brings you joy, that inspires you, I call it filling your bucket.
Yeah.
Right? You're filling your bucket with something here. I friggin' love it. I got all the time in the world for people like you that are just doing their thing. And so
much appreciated.
the bucket's not full yet.
Bucket's not
All
full
right,
yet.
all right. Well, keep going, keep filling it. As
When
long
the
as
bear
it's
comes
being filled. Pressure's on, Vervanovic. Pressure's on.
That's too funny.
I kind of want to backtrack a little bit to what we were talking about earlier before we jumped off. Oh my God, what were we just talking about?
Talking about a lot.
I know. I had a really good thing to say, but now I just...
About
See, we
having,
talked about so much stuff,
having
and
celebrities
it just-
on? Like,
Yeah,
who's the biggest name you've had on? I'm going through all my notes in my head.
I know. We talk about so much. I'm just...
Well, if you want, we can get back to that.
we're going to have to run back to that again. It will come back.
Well,
it always comes back.
another thing, Mike, that I always do with every guest that comes on, because they deserve just as much as we deserve our fans to maybe go over and check out what you do. Do you want to let the fans know where they can catch you, watch you, listen to you?
I would love the opportunity to do that. Thank you.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's 570 News Radio, 9 until 1 every day. It's also simulcast on Rogers TV, Channel 20 in Waterloo Region. But if you just tell your smart speaker or go online, call up 570 News Radio, you'll be able to listen to it. I broadcast Kitchener Rangers games, so if you follow the Rangers, it's really easy to find the audio broadcast of it. And I do a podcast called the OHL Podcast because I love the Ontario Hockey League. So that's all over. And honestly, if you just... I joke all the time, I've got to be one of the easiest people to find in Waterloo Region because I'm way overexposed. Radio, TV, newspaper. So anyway, by all means, if you listen, if you watch, if you read any of the stuff that I do, I'm very grateful for that. So appreciate it, man.
Yes.
Came back.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Bad today. What's your plans after the radio station?
Oh,
Ooh.
I have a rule to never tell a lie.
Okay.
So after the radio station, I am going to go to a place that's very quiet and I'm going to shut my big mouth. That's it. I'm gonna go from 100 to 0. Just like that.
Yeah.
When it's done, it's done.
There's going to be some people that are going to be like, no, 20 or whatever. Like, let's just say 30 years at that point. Or 40 years at that point. Let's just say.
Yeah.
40 years, no. And then there's going to be people like, finally.
Exactly. And it's for those people that I'm out, baby. I'm out. Yeah. No, I think we all have our best before dates. I don't think I've reached mine yet, and I'm grateful that I haven't.
I hope
but
not. I'm still ready to listen to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, when it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to a quiet place and enjoy the quiet.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Sounds pretty good to me too.
Love it. I love it. I have a little bit of like entrepreneur questions, if not like, I would say an entrepreneur question. Have you ever thought about writing your own book?
No. I mean, I shouldn't say no. I've been asked a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think I can.
I was looking online. I'm like, this guy has to have written a book.
No, I have not.
That's
And
wild.
If I ever did, because I do love writing. It's why I do a column for the paper every week.
Mm-hmm.
But and I've always loved it. If I ever did, I would do it for my charity. And it wouldn't, but I just...
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. But I don't know. Am I really interesting enough for a book? I don't know about
I'd
that.
read your
I
book.
don't know about I
I'd read your
appreciate
book.
that.
And I have a very short, what's that word I'm looking for? It's hard for me to read books because
Oh, okay. Attention span.
short attention span. But I'd read your book.
Yeah, clearly I'm having one today.
yeah. No, what made you think that?
Maybe the fact that I just thought of another question.
Okay.
Going back, have you ever had like a fanboy moment?
Oh my gosh, all the time. I still get
Gretzky.
fanboy.
You do?
Yes, yeah. Gretzky was one. For me, though, a lot of my fanboy moments were with fellow radio people or TV people.
Okay.
I'll never forget one. So I grew up listening to this guy on a radio station in Toronto.
Yep.
And fast forward, I don't know how many years, 20? Well, from the time, probably 40 years since I was a kid growing up. Anyway, blah, blah. I end up working in a radio station where there were like 3 stations in the same building, and he was working for one of the other stations.
Yeah.
So this guy that I grew up listening to was in
The same
building. And I'd pass him in the
What's
hall.
up, Frank?
No, see, this is the thing. I was terrified. I would be so nervous around him.
Okay.
And finally, one day, I stopped him. I said, Mike, Mike Cooper was the guy.
Okay.
And I'm like, I just got to tell you, and I know how weird this must be, but I'm like, I listened to you.
Mike Cooper, that sounds
Mike
familiar.
I was gonna say that sounds really familiar.
He was on CHFI before he retired. But
That's
back
right.
in the
I
day,
know who that is. Yeah.
back in the day, he was on an AM radio station I listened to all the time. Anyway, I'm like, I listened to you back on this station, and I just want you to know, like, love your work.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm walking the same halls as you. He was great about it.
Yeah.
But I 100%, like, I hardcore.
It must be
fan from
hard
that
to
moment.
like at those moments to keep your composure, keep it professional.
Tell me about it.
Like, how do you keep collected?
Practice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had an old boss that said practice makes improvement. Not perfect, but practice makes improvement.
Yeah.
And I remember a night I was doing a Rogers TV show in this little studio in Guelph, and things were going completely wrong. And the director producer was crawling around on the floor, like we're live on the air, and he's trying to reconnect cables, and he's like right at our feet, and we're trying to stare at the camera and keep composed. And right at my feet, I'm like, are you connecting cables, or are you putting your hand up my pants? Like, what's going on?
What are you doing there, bud?
Yeah. So things like that happen, and then
Find the snake.
I guess it helps you stay composed when things are feeling a little bit weird.
You got to take me out on the first date. Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly. This is Dad's first date. That's
At
like
least
3 or
what's
4
her
days.
name brought me the pasta.
Exactly. She brought food. You don't even, yeah.
It's like stairs, it's levels.
Exactly.
You got to get to that
There's
level.
a progression. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
Just like how we've been talking about getting comfortable in front of the camera. It comes in time.
It does. Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, one more question. Well, a couple more questions, but I say that a lot. One more question. If you were to write a book, what would you call that book?
Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. I actually thought of this. I might have made a note. Can I check my phone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
is that
Okay.
More than
I
welcome.
might have done this because I actually had this idea. I thought this is actually a really good book title. I hope
you go home tonight.
I hope I
and
actually
you think about this and actually maybe write a book.
Maybe even start.
Just write 3 lines. Write 3 lines tonight.
book ideas. Here you go. Fake it till you make it.
Oh.
Friends in O places for the Ontario Hockey League.
Okay.
And the bus leaves at ... I don't know. That must be a chapter title.
Okay.
I think "Fake It Till You Make It"
I like
would
that.
be. I don't know. What am I doing?
Fake it till you
Look,
make it.
I even told you before that I'm not writing a book.
Fake
And
it.
Voice of the voice.
Fake it till you make it. Think of that. Like, if I saw a cover with that, fake it till you make it. I'm curious. Fake
so
what
bad.
till you make it.
I literally told you 10 minutes ago that I'm never writing a book. I don't think I could, but I've got book idea titles in my phone. Okay. Actually, I think those are chapters.
So
Fake it to, anyway.
One thing that I do a lot is when we have guests on, I do much research as I can, and I try to find out a lot about them. Things that they care about, things that they used to do, things they do now, maybe future things if the internet knows about it, which internet knows a lot about people. You'd be surprised what the internet knows about you.
Oh, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I still do a little Google search to make sure there's nothing bad.
Don't go home and type in bad things about don't do that. I try not to do that about myself, but So one thing I have learned is
Wait, is mine bad thing?
no,
Okay.
not really.
No.
Nothing bad actually. If you're a very outgoing guy, nothing bad.
Good.
Nothing bad.
Okay.
But one thing I've learned with doing my research is almost in a sense how to read people, kind of, in the sense of I feel like you should write a book, and I feel like you might have thought of that before, which is why I asked you.
100%.
Because I'm like, I know this guy had to have thought of it once before. Maybe we might have a great conversation about it. Because I like that title. It's nice.
Yeah. Let's see. I think those are chapter titles.
If they're chapters,
I think the book should be called Big Mouth. Let's be honest. Yeah.
or
talk
voice of the voice.
Voice of the voice.
Voice of the voice.
Yeah. It's kind of like running for election. Like when you get the mayor on here, you ask them, like, what's it like putting your name on a sign and sticking it on people's lawn saying, like, vote for me? Like,
Yeah.
I find that to be a very strange concept.
It is kind of.
Just like I can't imagine writing a book about my life and saying, buy my book because I'm this interesting. I'm worth the price.
Well, it's just like
You make it feel like you're forced.
Yeah.
Well, in a sense, it's just like us right now making this video and me saying, go and subscribe because we have great content just like this.
And don't forget to
featuring
buy the merch.
amazing guests.
There you go.
Yeah.
Buy some merch. Subscribe. Subscribing's huge.
Yeah.
Don't just watch.
And it's
Somebody
free.
pass by, it's free.
But-
But your subscription helps here.
Yeah.
Help J&J Talks. Let's
to
go.
build this podcast, to be able to raise more money for Sick Kids Foundation and to get people out and just make better content for everyone else to watch and listen to.
I love it. Keep it up, guys.
And
Thank
again,
you.
everybody has a story to say, and we're here to listen. And again, hopefully whatever you say or what you've done in your life inspires the community and make them grow to be better people themselves.
We live in a great place.
Yeah.
We live in a great place. So we'll
And
just
you
keep
only
it
have
fun.
one life.
That's right.
One life. Live it. Live it to the fullest.
Life is short, live it on the edge.
Mike Farwell on the J&J Talks podcast. I couldn't believe it was going to happen, but it happened. I hope you all love this episode. I had a great time having a great conversation with you, just letting the people know what it's like, all of that great stuff. I feel like I could talk to you all day because there is a lot of great things to talk about. But is there anything else that you would like for the people to know? Maybe entrepreneur-wise, success-wise, anything like that?
I think just based on kind of the theme that has gone through this, remember that kindness costs you nothing, right? Just like subscribing to J&J Talks costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Same with kindness, right? So everybody's carrying their own stuff. You got your stuff, they got their stuff.
Yeah.
If you meet them with kindness, it'd be amazing what doors open.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It is.
From the one, the only Mike. I appreciate you coming on to J&J Talks podcast. I'm Junior Handy, and this is
Jose Avila.
and this is Through Their Eyes. Without any further ado, bye, Daddy. Go check him out. All of his content, guys. Make sure you go and show that support because how long do you say? 33 years?
31.
31 years in the grind.
In the
Check it
grind.
out. What are you kidding me? You already know this is. Peace out, guys.
Keep out.
Oh,
my Lord.